adventure guide for in the summertime. This is a non-replayable adventure. As you can see here, has 5 difficulty settings, no persistent health, and it lasts for 5 days. Looking at the map, here you can see that there are quite a few fights and lots of rewards left, right, and center. So let's select the difficulty. As usual, 5 difficulty levels. Because it's a non-replayable adventure, if you choose one of the higher difficulty levels, you will get all the rewards for the lower ones, and we get 4 energy per day. So let's start. Remember that at any point in time you can lower the difficulty in case you beat more than you can chew. And here we can see 1, 2, this is a dungeon, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this is another dungeon, so 10, 11, this is another dungeon, so 13, 14, looks like it's 14 energy. Could be wrong, because maybe one of these fights required 2 energy as well, but it looks like the total is 14 energy. We have 5 days, 4 energy per day, that should be 20, but maybe one of the fights is not available. I mean, you can end one day with just 1 energy left and have to do a dungeon, so keep that in mind. So let's start. We have a chat here with Toragon, or is it automatically skipped? It is skipped. Remember that if you've already played the adventure, you can go here into the general settings and skip completed conversations. As you can see, I have it enabled. All right, first enemy is a Hell Cat. Gains 25 mana when taking fire damage, so be careful if you're playing a fire build so you don't feed it enough mana to kill you. But otherwise, not a particularly difficult enemy. Next one is a... oh, was this a dungeon? Yes, okay. So we have next this dungeon for 2 energy. So the first enemy is Medusa. Creates 1 purple gem every turn, so easy opponent. Even more if you're playing dark build. The second one is also a Medusa, but a mini boss. So same ability. And the last one is an Necrolitus, this Cthulhu impersonator. Takes 5% less damage from all sources for each Doomwood gem on the board, and when dealing damage, it creates 2 Doomwood gems. So not difficult unless you're not strong enough and give it time to create lots of Doomwood's gems on the board. Alright, let's go back to the map, and we have this reward, which is a Toragon crystal and some ether, and 500 armor shards, so excellent. And we continue to the next battle, which is an Ifrit, I think. Fire Djinn, oh come on, isn't okay, a Fire Djinn is not an Ifrit. Whatever. When making a match of 4 or more gems, have filled one of my spells. Alright, so Yeah, not particularly difficult. I'm going to get a standing row anyway. But yeah, if you're not strong enough to take it down, it you may give it enough time to charge their spells and he can hit hard. All right. And that's all the energy that we have for today. So the next one is a fire giant, but that will be tomorrow. It's day number 2 for the In the Summertime adventure. So let's continue where we left yesterday. And we have this fight with the fire giant. Easy opponent, just if you're using any fire elemental spells, make sure that you don't fill out her spells, but otherwise should be easy. And she's down. Next one. Okay. We have a conversation. I've already watched it, so I'm not gonna repeat it. Okay, and we have an orc. If the enemy, so you, is below 50% life, deal 25% bonus weapon damage. So, yeah. The harder it hits you, the harder it will hit you in the future. So, again, not a difficult opponent unless you're not strong enough and you're getting hit multiple times. And the next one is the basilisk. The basilisk is not difficult, but it's very, very annoying because when taking melee damage, poisons and diseases you. Poison will increase the damage you receive by 25%, and disease will lower the mana for your ultimate spell by 12 for each turn. So even when, as you saw, I didn't make a match of skulls, the skulls that dropped from the top of the screen still made a match. I attacked, and I believe that's the reason why, yeah, with this damage, I got the poison and disease. And sometimes you don't even hit it, but if you have reflect, his attack will count as if you had hit it with a melee attack, and you will still get poisoned and diseased. So, as I said, I don't think it's difficult. I think it's very, very annoying. All right, and we have a three-way right here. We can continue. Let me zoom in. We're right here on this node. I'm going to continue through the harpy to this merchant, and the second path will be this dungeon to get these rewards, which includes Gemka's crystal, and this rat will continue the main path, but that is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to defeat the harpy. And yeah, that's enough. Her ability is to destroy one skull gem at the start of the turn, so easy enemy. Okay, and let's check out the shop. Let's see what's in here. Oh, let me go back to the map to show you. Sometimes this the icons do not do a good job at reflecting what can be found in the different places. So yeah, let's check out the shop, and we have one accessory glyph and one armor glyph. Accessory glyphs can be purchased in the Dreamhold Expedition for 810 gems each. The regular price at the shop is 1,125, and armor glyphs can be purchased at the shop at 1,700. So If you can only afford one, go for the armor glyph 100%. Not only the discount is much better, but you also need 50% more armor glyphs than accessory glyphs. Now, I have enough gems, so I'm going to purchase both of them. But as I said, the armor glyph is at an excellent price. It's less than 50%. And that is like a 55% discount or something like that. And the accessory glyph is cheaper than usual, but it's almost the same as the Dreamhold Expedition. So if you don't have many gems to spare, just leave it be. All right. And we're out of energy again. And tomorrow we will continue through this dungeon to get the Gemcast crystal and the other rewards that we have right here. So let's continue to number 3 for the In the Sometime adventure. So let's continue. And we are right here. We just finished yesterday with this merchant. So let me zoom in. We are going to continue through this dungeon and get these rewards, and then we will continue through the main path again. So let's fight this one. The first enemy is a zombie. It's just annoying when they don't want to die, especially with a build like this that there is a lot of control order in which you want to cast your spells, but otherwise it's not difficult. The second one is a goblin. It's just a mini boss. Destroy up to 3 gems every turn with a preference for blue gems. Okay. I mean, it will recharge its own mana with it, but not particularly difficult. And the last one is the Ice Giant boss. Gain 10 mana when taking ice damage. As usual, if you're not very strong, just make sure you're not filling out their spells. Okay, and going back to the map, we are going to get these rewards, which is 1 Gemcast crystal and some spell dust and accessory shards. All right, and let's continue with this swamp rat. I think it's called a swamp rat. Let me double check. Plague taster. Yeah, close enough. Doubles the effect of poison on enemies. So the spell does deal poison. So make sure that you don't give it enough time, because then it will increase its damage not by the regular 25% but by 50%. It's the same effect as if you were both poisoned and withered. And that was 3 energy, which, yeah, we have 1 left, but that's not enough to take this dungeon. So 2 energy for this dungeon tomorrow, and then this fight we will get the Fey gift and we will finish the adventure. So see you tomorrow. It's day number 4 in the summertime adventure. So let's finish it. We only have this dungeon and this optional fight. So let's do the dungeon against the owl bear. The first enemy is a wasp. Remove up to 3 skull gems when taking fire damage. Not particularly difficult. Obviously, if you're using a red physical build, it can be annoying to lose a lot of skulls, but not difficult. The mini boss is a harpy. Destroy 1 skull gem at the start of her turn. Again, not difficult. And the last one, which is the owl bear. This one can be very annoying depending on your build. It reduces elemental and physical damage for each yellow or green gem on the board. So if you're using a yellow or a green build, generating many gems of your color is going to significantly reduce the damage you can deal to it. But with any other build, should be easy. All right, and going back to the map, we can finish the adventure with this conversation, or we can go through this last optional fight against, I think it's a salamander. No, it's a crocodile. Deals double damage to armor. What's the name? Crocolisk. All right. Looks pretty good. But yeah, be careful because this double damage to armor, I mean at this level is 22,000 damage, so it's going to be 44,000 against your armor. If you don't block, it can be a nasty hit. But otherwise, another easy opponent. And we have access to the Fey Gift, which is either one Gemka or one Torgon Crystal. Here, down here you can see you can have only one, choose your gift wisely. Now this is going to depend on are they maxed out or not, and how many crystals do you have for each one of them. For me, I have 17 of Torgon crystals and 15 of Gemka crystals. Now remember that Torgon can transform or craft, or what he can do affects 6 pieces of equipment, Gemka 4 pieces of equipment, and Soul Chaser, which is this other crystal, 2 pieces of equipment. So generally speaking, you are going to use more of Torgon's crystals than Gemka, but it will depend on whatever you have. Now, if none of them are maxed out, my recommendation is go for Torgon. Again, he is going to affect more pieces of equipment, so he's better to max out first. And we are at the end of the adventure, and we have 500 food and 1 of each. Now, in total, we got 2 in Gemka's crystals, 2 Torgon crystals. If you remember from the days past, I think the Torgon crystal was right here at the start. Then we got the Gemka crystal here, 1 of each, another 1 of each at the end, and then the optional one, which can be one or the other. And of course the shop that gave us the opportunity to buy a very cheap armor glyph. So it's a nice adventure. As you can see, it still has another day, and for today we only use 3 out of the 4 needed energy, and from yesterday we also used only 3 out of the 4, so that's 2 extra energy, plus the 4 from tomorrow, that's 6 extra energy. So you're gonna be good for the adventure. You get way more energy than you really need. And that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you on the next adventure.